Clapper.
Start, yeah.
Should I go live on this too?
We are live.
Yeah. Yep.
Perfect. Okay.
Just know if you're gonna get up.
I'm
It's gonna
done.
be working. Okay. Awesome.
Hi guys.
All right. So
Good
this one is
evening.
YouTube.
That's you, but it's not live. That's
No, I
recording,
know,
and
that's
That's
fine.
Clapper. Hi, Clapper.
Hi, Clapper.
Hi,
everyone.
Okay, I will
And that
put it
one
in the video.
is okay. So you're gonna look at Clapper, and I will concentrate on
Oh,
our
come a
TikTok.
little closer to me so Clapper can see you. Or
Okay.
I can, okay. they
But
can
then we're
see-
moving away from TikTok. Are we good on TikTok?
We have
Yeah.
him, so he can move
Okay.
around. So guys, good evening. Let me just move this a little bit so you can see my daughter.
Don't worry about me. You're more important than I am.
Okay, so my name is Eva, this is Anabelle,
Hi.
and we are going to be talking about hormonal imbalances, PCOS, hormonal replacement therapy, bioidentical hormone replacement therapy,
Perimenopause, menopause.
all of the above. And so
What's the first topic we're gonna talk about?
so the hi guys. So the first topic
Are we
that
on TikTok?
And
Yes.
so the first topic that we are going to be talking about is hormonal imbalance, and then we are going to be talking about menopause and what actually happens when you go into menopause, and what happens if you take bioidentical hormone replacement therapy. Very, very important.
Okay, I got this. Can I lead for a moment?
Absolutely.
Okay. So the first topic, because we don't want to do a whole long. We're gonna just talk about one specific issue. If you had a hysterectomy, if you are transitioned from perimenopause to menopause, and you are on hormone replacement therapy, particularly pellets.
Would it be only pellets or also patches?
Patches, but we're specifically talking about the testosterone, because hormone replacement therapy treatments have, if the pellets have estrogen. Oh, left. Hi. You're gonna hear my mom's grandson, my son, which is a little dog, and he wants to say hi. Come here. So if you are taking hormone replacement therapy in pellets, you have estrogen and testosterone, which is a little bit more difficult to sort of control than when you are when you're applying the testosterone cream on. And I speak from experience. I had a hysterectomy due to endometriosis, and we don't have to go into the long history because we've done that in other videos.
But they might not know. So
Okay,
we have to repeat the history.
we're not going to repeat a million times. So basically, I had 18 surgeries. There are other posts that we've spoken about why, and I had to opt for a hysterectomy. We're just talking about one specific topic right now. Which is hormone replacement therapy and hair growth all over which is normal.
What are the side effects you mean? The side effects of hormone replacement therapy are X, Y, Z. So
Okay, and the specific, the one that we're talking about is hair growth. Okay. 1 second. Mom, I know mom can't, if she doesn't have control and she can't be the one talking, she is antsy to make comments, but I just want to keep this very, very focused. So there are two types of hormone replacement therapies that a woman can opt for, which is the estrogen patch and applying the testosterone cream on your skin, or what I've opted for, because that option did not work well for me, is the pellets. Now the pellets, the reason that I unfortunately for a couple of years did not choose the pellets was because I was afraid that I wouldn't be able to control as much as you can when you are applying the cream. Long story short, that option with applying the cream and the patch did not work for me. It works great for you, right, Mom? Okay, so last year, a little over a year ago, I started the pellet therapy, and it did amazing. I did amazing with it, except that in March of 2025, In March of 2025, I noticed that I was getting migraines again, and I was getting hot flashes again, which meant that we needed to increase the dose in the pellets. Here, you can give them to me and then he'll be quiet.
Okay, you can talk.
And which means that I had to increase the dose of the pellets. Well, we're now in October, and in 2 days, I am going in to get the pellets again. So you have to do it every 3 months. But what no one talks about, and women don't talk about, this is my son Olaf. What no one talks about is the fact that you can get hair all over again if you've done laser like I have. Mom has a clinic that specializes in hormonal skincare in Bay Harbor, which is in Miami, and also in Atlanta. So I was basically hair free for years, and then the pellet therapy, I was just complaining to Mom, this is really embarrassing, but I have very thick hair on my legs and an intimate area, and it's very you take over from there, Mom.
Okay, so I'm going to take over from here, and I'm going to give you some. Okay, so something that everybody has to understand in life, everything has plus and minus. So the plus to have hormone replacement therapy, and this is something that I want to share with a lot of women that are past premenopause, that you're in menopause. So let's say you are 50. A lot of women do not know and are absolutely thrilled and happy when I tell them that I am for 20 years on bioidentical hormone replacement therapy. Bioidentical hormone replacement therapy means it's identical to what you used to have. So before you lost your period, you have estrogen, progesterone, testosterone. Once you go into premenopause, it slowly sort of goes down there, and once you reach full-blown menopause, you have zero estrogen, very little estrogen, very little progesterone, and then the hormone that's left is testosterone. Again, this is a personal choice of my daughter, and it's a personal choice for myself. I just have to move this, hold on, I have to move this out of the way because the glare for the other video, just guys, bear with me. Okay, now it's much better.
How is it on TikTok? Did you mess it up on TikTok?
No,
or it's okay.
You're fine. So this is something that's very personal, and I am not advocating that you should do. I'm just telling you what works for my daughter and what works for me. And I mentioned it that I'm doing it 20 years already, because so many women, since we started this program about the hormone and PCOS and hormonal skin and everything that pertains to hormones, to female reproductive organs, so many women reached out to me and said, oh my God, Eva, so much. It's so wonderful that you mentioned, because I didn't know and I was so afraid and I was so nervous, and you are doing it already for 20 years. So yes, I'm doing it for 20 years, but I'm doing it under supervision, under medical supervision. What I want to say is this: every human being, every woman is different. Everybody is different. When you go to do hormone replacement therapy, you make sure, number one, that you do bioidentical hormone replacement therapy. Number two, that you do find a qualified doctor that can do it, not just somebody who fly by does it and who can screw you up, mess you up. Number three, I need everybody to understand that in life, it's like a coin. Everything is a plus, everything is a minus. The pluses outweigh the minuses. The pluses are that your brain functions, that your bones function, that when you do bioidentical hormone replacement therapy, it brings you somewhere maybe to the age of 45. And then you continue, and once you work out what works for you, you continue taking the progesterone, estrogen, testosterone for the rest of your life, or as long as you wish to take it. And I am 45 for the last 20 years, okay? But here is something that everybody has to understand. Because you are taking testosterone, okay? Even though it's balanced, for me, it's balanced. And I never had any hair. I get hairs. I get some hairs on the corner of my mustache. I get hair too,
Upper
or
lip.
upper lip, or on the I get hair too, or hair too. So maybe I get 5 or 6 or 7 hairs on my face, which I never had before. But because I'm taking hormone replacement therapy and I'm taking testosterone, eventually these are the side effects. Now, to balance hormone replacement therapy, you need to have a doctor, a specialist. You need to do constant blood work. And I cannot emphasize enough for people to understand that this is not something that you can do by yourself. You have to do a lot of blood work. I think that an endocrinologist or an amazing gynecologist who really knows what he is doing is the person that can make the recommendations. But everything in life has a plus and a minus. The pluses, in my opinion, outweigh the minuses. The pluses are ample. The minuses are that you get hairs and you get unwanted hairs. And this is something that women have to understand. That discusses the territory if you are replacing. Why? Because testosterone is a male hormone. Testosterone is responsible for hair growth. Testosterone is responsible in men. It's responsible for their masculinity. It's responsible for their sex life, for their erections. It's responsible for their hair, for their features. Now, men and women have testosterone just in opposite quantities. Our dominant hormone in women is estrogen and progesterone. Testosterone is on the low, but we need testosterone also for stamina, for strength. We need it because we can't live without it. It's in the reverse in men. And just so to give you an example, and I'm now talking to all the women out there, and I'm talking to some men. You have seen men, and men that are particularly past 35, past 40. Many men develop breasts. Why? Because men, like women, have problems, and sometimes if female hormones become more dominant in men and they start growing breasts, and they have breasts. They don't have a size D, but they have a size A or the size B. Mm-hmm. And you can
men can get breast cancer as well.
And you can see it on men. And that is, again, that's a hormonal imbalance because his testosterone levels are lower and his progesterone and estrogen is higher. So it's exactly the opposite. So it happens to not as often as it is in women. It happens more often in women than it happens in men, but you should understand that it happens to men too, and it's not out of the norm to see men, and it's usually men that are a little bit overweight that you can see that they have breasts. They usually have a hormonal imbalance.
Give some love to people on TikTok too. Maybe talk to the people on TikTok too. Face the camera.
I'm talking to everybody. Can you can they see me when I'm talking? Yeah. So they can see me.
Okay, keep going. Just
for
everyone.
So for everybody to understand that when women go into menopause, and we are talking about women in menopause, so we put men for a little while to the side, but it's important to understand that everything in life is a plus and a minus, and you have to weigh what are the pluses, what are the minuses. I categorically can tell you that I will accept the minus of getting some hair growth and doing laser hair removal or doing electrolysis. If you have dark hair, you do laser hair removal. If you have white hair or blonde hair, you have to do electrolysis because laser doesn't see dark hair. Now, by the way, I just want to ask, is anybody here, tell me where you are from, the people that are watching. Tell me here, tell me TikTok, tell me Clapper, tell me YouTube. Where are you watching us from? It's quite interesting for us to know where are you watching us. Is anybody watching from Miami? Let us know. Is anybody watching?
You didn't notify your Clapper friends, so let me notify them.
Let us know if you are watching anywhere from Miami. Let us know if you are watching Miami Beach, Bay Harbor, Atlanta, Georgia, Noonan. Let me know. Let us know where you are watching us.
Okay, and now I'm going to get you onto the point of what this video is about and what this discussion.
What is the
because we've gone on now and we didn't get to the point yet.
What was
I
the
have
point?
to get Mom to the point. The point is that it is absolutely normal when you are on hormone. You're not going to like it. When you are on hormone replacement therapy treatment, after perimenopause and in menopause, and you are taking hormone replacement therapy, specifically I'm talking about pellets right now, okay? When you are on pellets and you, like myself, I had laser hair removal treatments with mom. I had almost no hair. Through my 40s, I had a hysterectomy, and I now have hair. And so that's what we're talking about now. I want women to know that it's normal, because there is no one really talking about this. There aren't too many women that are open enough, and this is very difficult for me. This is very personal. I normally would not come on camera and share something like this. It might seem completely benign to people, but for me, this is just not in my comfort zone. But I just figured that there's so many women that don't know that this is normal, or might not understand the correlation between taking hormone replacement therapy and then all of a sudden getting hair growth. So Mom, what are options for women that are on hormone replacement therapy and now find themselves to have hair again, and is thick dark hair normal?
Yes.
And so, what are their options?
Okay, so the options for people, for women that are on hormone replacement therapy, or in general you have hormonal imbalance, you really have only two choices. It is laser hair removal or electrolysis. And I will explain you the difference between the two, because that's very important. By the way, anybody from Miami, let us know where you're coming from, where you're watching us.
We're filming late at night. They might not be.
No, but I just can't read that.
I know, that's what I'm saying. Ignore that.
Okay.
There's an idiot over there. Ignore him.
Okay.
Just keep going.
So let's just what did we say?
See, that's another thing. When you're on hormone replacement therapy.
No, I was thinking about the idiot.
Oh, the idiot? No. You were talking about hair removal.
Okay.
Yes.
So I'm talking about hair removal. So here is something that you have to understand about the two methods that are permanent hair removal and how it works. So you have either laser hair removal or you have electrolysis. What's the difference? So laser hair removal can only do hair removal on dark hair. So if you have black hair, dark hair, then laser is the method that you want to go. However, laser doesn't see white hair, and laser doesn't see blonde hair. And if you have white hair, you have blonde hair, then the only method is to do electrolysis. And why? Because electrolysis is not dependent on the melanin of the hair, not the color of the hair. Electrolysis is a method where you take a needle, you insert the needle into the hair follicle, you press on the foot pedal and you release heat into the hair follicle. If the hair follicle is in the growing stage, which is another story altogether, the hair will be cauterized, destroyed, and then I take the needle out and I put a tweeze on it and I very gently take the hair out. However, human hair, and this is important to understand, because now we come to the correlation of hair and how it works and why the hair removal is not a one-time treatment. Yes, laser and electrolysis is permanent, but it's not a one-time treatment. And yes, you can get more hairs, exactly like happened with my daughter. I lasered my daughter 20 years ago, and for the better part of 15 years, she was hairless. And now that she started over a year ago, her bioidentical hormone replacement therapy.
But the difference, the pellets, which worked, they were a miracle for me.
Okay.
It changed my life.
Okay.
With the one negative caveat, which is the regrowth of hair that I've not
It's
had.
actually not regrowth. So, and I have to...
See? That's why she's the expert.
So it's not regrowth. So...
why isn't it regrowth?
Well, I will explain why it's not a regrowth. On a square inch of skin, you have 1,000 hair follicles. On a square inch of skin, we have 1,000 hair follicles. Every human being, man, woman, when you are in your mother's belly, from an embryo you grow into a baby, 1,000 hair follicles will be on your legs, on depends, male, female, on your private parts, underarms, where hairs are supposed to be or are, you have 1,000 hair follicles. So you take your legs, take your underarms. In men, take their chest, take their back, take their face. Now, in women, because women don't have the same amount of hair follicles active as men have, so let's say in women, on your legs, you will have in your lifetime, if you don't have hormonal imbalances, if you don't have stimulation from testosterone, you will have, let's say, 50 hairs or 80 hairs on a square inch of skin. And you do laser hair removal, which will take 12, 15, 20 times, and you will destroy the hair follicles. So those hair follicles that you killed are dead. Dead is dead. But do you remember what I said? Now we are doing math. I said, you have 50 or 80, so let's just go with a high number. You have 80 hairs on a square inch of skin. I killed the 80 hairs, and now you have no hair. But remember, there is a 920 other hair follicles that are dormant. And if you get testosterone, or you have hormonal imbalances, or you have elevated androgens, suddenly the 920 hairs, maybe 50, maybe 100, start getting germinated, start getting growing. So it's not the hair, because what I killed, dead is dead. I cannot bring alive what I killed, what is dead. But there are more hair follicles that were dormant, and when you stimulate the hair follicles, I want you to think about it like a plant. You put food, you put vitamins, and then suddenly the seeds germinate and they grow. You have 10,000 seeds in a flower pot, but not 10,000 seeds will grow. But you germinate them, you give them vitamins, you give them food, and suddenly you will have 300 of these seeds germinate and grow. Well, it's the same thing. How do you hair follicles quasi-germinate and start growing? Through a bloodstream. Every human hair in your body, whether it's on your head, whether it's on your underarms, on your vagina, around your anus, on your legs, around your penis, makes no difference. All hair follicles are surrounded by two blood vessels. So if this is your hair, there are two blood vessels, very fine blood vessels. These blood vessels carry blood. But what is in the blood? You have oxygen, nutrition, and hormones. These are the three things that are inside the blood flow. So when you have elevated and imbalanced hormones, and you have testosterone, elevated testosterone, suddenly these blood vessels carry in the bloodstream and they wake up the sleeping hair follicles. So the 80 hair follicles on a square inch that we killed 15 years ago, those are dead. But we have another 920. And maybe now we have another 150 that suddenly became, or 100 or 80 or whatever it is, that suddenly became active because they are being fed through the blood vessels with testosterone. Because you are taking testosterone, and testosterone is responsible for hair growth, a part of strength and energy that you need. And therefore, new hair follicles are active. And this is something that everybody should understand. When you take bioidentical hormone replacement therapy, no matter in which form, whether it is in pellet or whether it is in patches, creams, and tablets, those are hormones you are replacing that you lost.
Yeah.
And therefore, these hormones will germinate and will stimulate new hair growth. And that is happening all across the board. And so women have to understand. I know that everybody can relate to this. Everybody has a grandmother, or everybody had a grandmother. And do you know that you look at women, they are in their 80s, 85, 90, and suddenly you see that your grandmother has suddenly like long white hairs, which she never had, but now she has 20, 30 hairs. Why? Because she lost all her progesterone, she lost all her estrogen, non-existent. She never take bioidentical hormones, so it's not balanced. And the only hormone, the strongest hormone in both sexes, is testosterone. So even if she has a little bit of testosterone, but because it is the only hormone that is left in her body, that testosterone stimulates, it has no objection, it has nobody stopping him, so he's the only hormone that gets into the hair follicles, and it germinates, it stimulates, and suddenly your grandmother is sprouting hairs like never before. And there's an interesting subject which I don't know the reason for it, science doesn't know it too, but you can see it in many cases. Women, older women, like toward the end of their life, they suddenly grow a beard, and it's a very common thing. No explanation to it except that, maybe everything is shutting down, but testosterone is so powerful that it germinates and suddenly there is a sprouted hair. I know a lot of old women that having their will, like, make sure that when I get comatose or when I get in a hospital or when I'm in hospice, wherever, that there's somebody who will cut my hair every single day, that I will have no hair. So when I die, I will have no hair on my face because women are aware of it. So this is something that you have to understand. This is what happens.
Okay, so this was very lengthy. We're working on Mom getting to the point. We'll get there eventually, I think. But
wait, I have a question.
No, there's not.
Can somebody say, do you like my lengthy explanation?
No.
Wait a moment, don't you speak for people? I would like to know, can somebody give some hearts if you like my lengthy explanation, whether you're on TikTok or whether you're here? Can somebody say you like my lengthy explanation, or you want me to be fast? You want me to say it?
Right, they're saying fast, right? Fast.
They're not saying anything.
Okay. Can I?
What are they saying here?
It doesn't matter. Don't worry about what they're saying.
Just
leave it.
But anybody says hearts.
No, because that's not the point. Now you got me away from my point. Can I just finish this, please?
Sure.
Thank you. So what I wanted to say was that now that you distracted me.
Okay, shall I remind you?
No, I don't need you to remind me. Let's close this for a moment. As it relates to hormone replacement therapy and hair growth after the use of hormone replacement therapy, it is normal. It is not an abnormal thing. It's not something women talk about. I unfortunately I see a lot of gynecologists and I see people talking about hormone replacement therapy, but they're not talking about this taboo subject. And so after years of not having hair because my mom did the laser hair removal treatments for me, I started hormone replacement therapy treatments, the pellets, last year because the cream and the patches did not work for me. But I also don't have a uterus. I had a hysterectomy. So if you have your uterus, then probably other methods will work for you. Hair growth, at a later stage, in my late 40s, is normal. And will laser hair removal, just say yes or no, will laser hair removal work for me?
100%.
In my case.
100%.
Okay. So luckily, let me say this, and then we're going to end this live and we'll go to another. Luckily, let me say this, that all of the hair growth that I have now is dark hair, which is great because
laser only sees dark hairs, and laser works 100 times faster than electrolysis, and laser is less painful than electrolysis. Electrolysis from the scale to 1 to 10 is a 10, laser on 1 to 10 is a 3.
Right, so it's much less painful than if I had light or white hair. I try to look at the cup half full, not half empty. It's a pain in the ass that I have hair growth again after years of not having any hair, but it is also awful to have menopausal symptoms, so I'll take it.
And what were your symptoms?
I had migraines and sadness and sometimes depression, which I'm not a depressive and I don't have anything to be depressed about. But we're going to do another video about that.
We're coming to the next video after that.
After this, we're going to say goodbye. I just wanted to make sure. Can you stop interrupting me, please?
I'm so sorry.
Yeah, because
but you know, it's Mother
It was flowing so great, and I was trying to come to an end so that, like, when we edit this, I would know that this is one video and we're going to another. So, again, normal. If you are on hormone replacement therapy, don't interrupt now. If you are on hormone replacement therapy,
Don't talk about.
and you are, for me specifically, pellets, because the patch and the cream did not work for me because I don't have a uterus. So I started pellets last year. It's a pain in the ass. I got hair growth after years of not having any hair because mom did laser hair removal for me. I am very fortunate in that the hair growth that I have now is dark, which means that you can do
Laser hair removal.
and as opposed to if my hair grew in white or light, I would have to do electrolysis, which that is very painful. So I will take the cooling, amazing, almost painless laser at your clinic. But you know, if you're not in Miami or Atlanta, then look for a place near you. If you are in Miami or Atlanta, come see mom. But in any event, I wanted to normalize it. There aren't any women talking about this because it is very embarrassing. And trust me when I tell you, it is very embarrassing for me to talk to you about this and go on camera. But I also know that there are a lot of women out there that don't have the resources or don't have anyone to tell them that it is normal and you can do something about it. So with that, I want to say good night to everyone. And we will end this live and then we will regroup and come back and do another live. And we're going to talk about the next symptom, which is sadness, which is emotional fluctuation. So that'll be our next topic.
So tell the people to stay on, that we are coming back.
We can stay on here. We're gonna say good night to everyone on TikTok. We're gonna regroup for 30 seconds and then we'll be back. So Yonila, if you want to end the TikTok for a second, and